Okay. Don't know why my ABS dashboard decided to vanish on me. Okay, well, that's not really necessary. I can just look at this instead. Okay, I guess that'll work. Let me go to the cabins. Oh, so I'm actually going to get to see the inside of my cabin. Gotten this far in the expansion, and I don't think I've seen it once. Just as I left it. Have I been in this yet or not? I'm sure I have.
You have a moment?
Maybe. How long are we talking?
There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Do go on.
So, yeah. It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
Subtext. Okay, resplendent quarter. I ran straight past the shard. Also, I should point out, hopefully it is still working after all the testing I did earlier. The hissing noise that has been getting steadily worse being picked up by my microphone, I figured out what's causing it. I can't make it not do that, but I figured out how to set up the noise suppression system in OBS, and it seems to be working pretty well. It's actually my LED ring lights are coil whining, and it's getting worse, so they need to be replaced at some point. Peshwa, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? Can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. Lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? There's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Wander around a little first, then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. Subtext. Can't spell subtext without butt sex.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural? Well, I've been thinking a lot since then about what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war.
Not
And it brought
necessarily.
to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realize nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
Don't.
Really? I feel proud somehow. It's an answer I arrived at by trying to be true to myself. That you think I succeeded, it means a lot. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness. It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me?
Well, we've come this far.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Okay, why do I sleep like a corpse? What the hell is this? Okay, nobody. And I repeat, nobody. I say again for the people in the back, nobody wakes up that gracefully. Me getting out of bed every day is a fucking ordeal. Oh, the company actions fell off. Okay. Shit, I need to check the... I need to try to find the company action rotation. Because all the other officers are either offline or busy right now. Okay, FC buffs, gatherers, Wednesday. Crafting, Thursday. Okay. So, heat of battle. Reduced rates. There we go. Sorry, I'm just checking on a couple of things. FC stuff that needs to be done. Okay. Speak to Alfie. Oh my god, what is that adorable pink fluffy ball? What are you? Catching, bunny. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I had wonderful dreams, apparently. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when I get out of bed every day, it is an ordeal. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back to the road for us. It is it is an adventure. Yeah, I wake like the living dead. You see that Hugh Jackman Van Helsing movie where they've got the big, like, Dracula's got the big laboratory on top of his castle and he wakes up Frankenstein's monster. Would it be Frankenstein's monster? I mean, it would be Adam. But it's not Frankenstein that made it. Am I remembering how that movie goes correctly? I'm pretty sure there's a scene where they wake up a Frankenstein's monster type entity using, like, lightning bolts and shit. Yeah, because they no, that's right. Dracula kidnaps Frankenstein's monster to try to study him to figure out why his kids keep dying shortly after birth. I don't know where my brain is right now. Let's just focus on the game. We may all find ourselves being forced to take one from another. Lay of Riposte and the Lay of the Brotherhood. Cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and Gibral in the forests of Yachtel, specifically near a village called Ikbrax. Been back there since Papa took me in. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Okay. Eurasia has a similar tale. The explorer Ketan Ram befriended a two-handed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tyrol. Journeyed there several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least that is the commonly held belief. If he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yaqui architecture notwithstanding. And Ketan Ram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. I'm sure that's important. One of the grandest in Tyrol once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It too lies in Yachtel, not far from Ikbrax. Okay, so we're going to the dirigible landing. I think there's any preparation I need to do. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. I don't know, man. That seems like a hard ask. Oh, great. Now you're going to tell me that you're afraid of heights. Yeah, come on, you big scaredy cat. Oh. Of course I'll hold your hand. Origin of Kryle's earring. Interesting. You said before that it gained popularity in Yogg-Tyrell as a protective ward for travelers, correct? We tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. Their plot thickens. Must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. No, that's not ominous. The fierce...
Laid claim to this land, call it the Azure Forest, Yachtel.
It's gorgeous.
Battered by meteors in ancient times, and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Shebral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
This is a very tall tower.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
vegetation is far denser than in Kozumautka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground. Unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said. And after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Chabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
I'm sure you knock plenty of knees. Thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Okay, as you all leave me here. Okay. Oh my lord. It's a giant sugar glider. You're the most adorable thing I have ever seen, and you're probably vicious as hell, so I'm gonna leave you alone. Love it. Okay, need to move on. You, I don't love so much, especially with a name like Necrosis. It's terrifying. Get out of here. Ugh. Creepy shite. Okay, good. Everyone's accounted for. Ichabrox is up ahead. Let's be on our way. What the hell are you all doing down there? Oh. Oh. Aw. Ernville was not exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully, we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Okay. Oh, I should probably accept the quest. Tension is divided between the perilously deep cenote and Ichabrox. I think I know why you're afraid of heights now. Garden of the Stars, the village center, everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? That's what I said.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
Thank you.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as a lector on behalf of my people. As all 4 claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us. Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
This could go really bad.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
I might. Although, hang on.
Claimants,
Disqualification up until
please
this point
present
has
your
not been
colours.
out of the question.
I have read. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Okay, I guess this is
Together
not,
again, as fate would have it.
not a terrible outcome.
victory's as good as ours.
At least these 2 can actually, like, get along.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Chebral cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
Okay.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say? Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks
It's
their
very true, by the
agricultural
way.
roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink.
Like, you can find a lot of similarities between different cultures in regards to certain, like, staple food items like rice and pastas and whatnot, but the presentation is almost always going to be vastly different.
The Hanu Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along?
You're
A leader
learning.
with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Not to be a filthy fence sitter,
The rules
there
are simple.
is a middle ground that you can come to between tradition and innovation. You can
The first
respect
team
the
to prepare
past
and
while
partake
moving
of
forward into the
satisfactory
future.
Shibruk Bivir
That is
will be deemed victorious.
entirely
You will
reasonable.
be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
In which we discover Jareel is actually like an amazing cook. That would be quite the plot twist. Speaks unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul, endangering. He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. Because he's a coward. Mustn't be overconfident lest we make a careless mistake that could have easily been avoided. Should be determining the recipe for Shibruk Babil. Search for clues. Looks like peppers. Some wild onion. Is that ginger, maybe? Quixote. Mostly use it to add a bit of color to popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Interesting. Maybe kind of like turmeric. Paprika. Could have been paprika peppers. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunmu Rook himself. A rook to be had at market. What? Okay, then. I don't know what that was, but, You are the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could it be a second time? I'm right here. Yeah, fucking... Whoops. Did I attune? No. I have now. Okay. You are very pink. You have an interesting haircut. Bright banana peel. Bright is an understatement. That shit is luminescent. Najul Jatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. There's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. I feel like you're trying to tell me something there. What did we discover about Jabruk Pabil? The villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. Many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish, and observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. Local herbs and spices. Green bundles wrapped in the leaf of Najul. In certain localities, it would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. Didn't the guy say Ibruk? Feel like somebody mentioned that. Yeah. Only hope there's still Ibruk to be had at market. Oh. Okay. Flavored with a combination of spices that include achiote, steamed underground within Najul. Najul leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. Which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests while you all were exploring the village. Local vegetation, wild brook, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Alphino, you've never done a hard day's labor in your life. Oh, that's right. Didn't he help in... Yeah, he did help with gathering firewood. It's a callback to, like, Heavensward. In here, maybe? Oh, right here. Gomaji Grove. Finest Najul leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. Apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach, you may find Zabruk Pibil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. Then to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tuli Yalal, something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. I mean, helping these people with the fact that the tunnel is caved in. Ugh, Jesus, I can't stop yawning. Oh god, you freaky fuckers again. They're so adorable with their big giant. Oh god, it's attacking me. Yep, it's very angry. Big beady black eyes and your weird wing blade things. I can't tell if a real gigantic sugar glider like that would be the most adorable or the most terrifying thing ever. Especially if they could still glide. That would be terrifying. Just a giant, like, 80-pound sugar glider fucking rocketing out of the sky towards your face. So this is the village of Ilyana, so what's left of it. This guy again. Be happy to share what I know of Yoctel's history. In its most basic sense, the conflict between Jibral and Mamulja was one of land. The Mamulja live in the lower forest where the thick canopy obscures the sun and soil is unforgiving. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Jibral. They launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Advantage favors ever higher ground, and the Jibral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. Eventually the tide turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well, blessed siblings. I see where this is going. Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. Ubigo, Buniwa, and Dawntrail each sought to assert dominance over others, even as they engaged in battle with the Jibral. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubigo and Buniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. Bekul Jaja. At least, possibly Bekul. Tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first autarch, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it is best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. Okay.
This is where most battles were fought between the Jibral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yoqui's departure some 500 years ago. and for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence, a constant stream of minor skirmishes punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Puff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural.
Hey, Vicky. How are you doing?
If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe.
All right, I suppose. How's your day been? That's good. Lazy. Well, mostly. I cleaned the apartment a little bit today.
There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. how the Pelu stymied
Expanded your
efforts to
housing search
cripple the
outside of
Yokui's
California.
legs and defend our ballistas.
Is there anywhere in particular you've been looking?
And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue.
Looking at Portland, to be honest, because as much as there are things about it I don't like, it's still cheaper than here and not totally hostile in the way some places are. And I feel like that's more or less true about most places these days. Like, I have some pretty severe criticisms of Seattle. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it hostile. It is incredibly expensive to live here, though.
But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more.
Oh, I was just saying, I feel like most places these days are kind of in that same boat. Like, I have no intention of leaving Washington, but I would like to get out of Seattle proper. Just because it's so expensive to live here. And, like, I do have some, like, pretty harsh criticisms of not really the people, more like, I don't know. It's expensive to live here. The taxes are insane for, like, almost no real measurable benefit. Like, our fucking Skyrail system thing that we've been building is so over budget and past schedule. It's insane.
Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast.
I mean, at the moment, it's looking at the difference between being where I was in Indiana versus being somewhere like Portland or here. Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm from fucking North Carolina, which, like, not just North Carolina, literally the asshole of North Carolina. Like, Lexington, NC is... You've got Southmont, you've got Denton, you've got Thomasville. None of which are good places. All just surrounding this, like, one little zit in the middle of the Piedmont Triad area. Yeah, it's a dog shit area.
In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Bibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
At the point where I think my best option is probably putting my shit in a storage unit and finding somewhere to land in Portland or something and figuring out coming back to get it later. That was kind of my plan when I moved out here, but I ended up never going back to get any of my stuff. It just wasn't worth it. Like, I literally brought what I could fit into the back of my old SUV and then left everything else. Okay. I need to fix something. Just done that so many times and I don't want to give up this PC or my base or any of that stuff. Yeah, I get that. Bananas still weigh heavily upon Kona's mind. I'm sure Kona is thinking very intently about those bananas. That is the face of someone very interested in bananas. I've got to stop doing that. Evu has given us valuable insight in the origins of Jabrook Bibiel. Is that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Someone buried a box. Maruk's doing, I'd wager there's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. Allow me to offer my encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. And there's the fucking leaf blower dude again. Hopefully that's not coming through on the mic. That is loud. All devised solutions to the Hanuhanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture. I can feel that shit through my desk. He's got to be like right below my balcony right now. Seems like he's out there with that fucking thing like every other day. I just heard it a little bit. Yeah, he's got that fucking thing at full throttle. Sounds like a cow. Oh my god. Yeah, I turned on a noise suppressor in OBS, and it seems to be working, you know, halfway decently. Why does my camera feel like it's off? That's better. It's so loud. That is so fucking loud. Holy shit. Like, I legitimately can't hear myself talk over it. Seems like he's going across the parking lot now, though. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tilialal and what they hold dear. And no, he's getting closer again. I have no words. He has not let off the throttle on that thing for like the past 2 minutes. It's just been full fucking... Oh my god. In my humble opinion, I already read that. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. It's like the last apartment I was in, the leaf blowing was egregious. Yeah. It's like every other day, just brrr, non-stop. And he's gonna go for like an hour. Right. I don't need to run all the way back. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. We got the Najul leaves. Wakivu came along and helped us find them. Gives us an important history lesson. Galul Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me a little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Riange and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. Well, sucks for him. Oh, sucks for Alice. Okay. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? Picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. All that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one of us is versed in the culinary arts. Excuse me, but I'll have you know, my cooking skill is level 90. Oh, so they are going to ask me to help. Wait, I'm a girl now. They just told me to get in the fucking kitchen. God damn it.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
Double the heads, twice the decapitation. I'm going to enjoy this.
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
It does look tasty.
This looks amazing.
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Seabrook Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoctel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Meow indeed.
I believe we have yet to receive our assessment.
Shut up, Surreal.
Ours is also a faithful example of Seabrook Bibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see.
He is displeased.
While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous!
Failure!
The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Seabrook Bibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Duh,
Get
it's just some crusty old leaf.
fucked.
What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Seabrook Bibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious!
Completely
The
oblivious.
brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najou leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Somebody's gonna choke, all right.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Only 1 feet left.
And to get back the other keystone that Bakul stole.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
He almost smiled. That counts.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any shipwreck people left? I could really use another helping.
Okay. Been getting back into FPS games again and having a ton of fun with it. Oh yeah? This traditional Yachtel dish. Okay. Oh, so I could place this in my house. Cool. Which games in particular? Trepang 2 and Salaka. Not terribly sure that I'm familiar. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of the Brotherhood without delay. Sienbeck Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jatika heartland, is still impassable. I'm afraid not. Work to clear the path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. Let us each use this time as we see fit. Explore the village surrounds if Aaronville will oblige me with a tour. Cover the professional, Aaronville. shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yogg-Tell. Blue did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back. Merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yogg-Tell some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle-aged. Oh my god, it's the Graha minion. Isn't he adorable? Trepang is unhinged, it's very like Fear, and you get bullet time and cloaking, and a brutal sliding attack that creates an absolutely hilarious combat loop. It's really satisfying. Slide into someone, send them flying up into the air, then grab them and throw them at people with a grenade attached to them. That sounds awesome. Okay, I'm going to take like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay. Search for villagers of middle age and older. Grizzled villager. Okay. Doesn't seem too old. Foreign mage 20 years ago. It's not often we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants, a baby girl as I recall. Only saw him in passing, mind. If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it'd be Hunmo Rook. He was already Raj then. Oh, he did bring Kryl with him. Isn't that neat? Why do you ask me this? Who is this man to you? Foreign mage did indeed visit Ikbrox, Master Galuf. So far as his identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. Before they withdrew to Urkapacha some 5 centuries ago, the Yaqui claimed Yaktel as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forests, the Yatika heartland. Understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. For me... the cenote behind this village. Why? Oh, there you are. It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kryl's plea has softened my resolve. You can dual wield Spas 12s? Holy shit. That's awesome. As the leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the Third Promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Does me well to hear that. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst the Jabral, so when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when I first held her, and pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. Eesh. 3 years old, an accident, it was said, but I knew better. She had been pushed. Oh, Jesus. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jatika heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mamulja and Jabral learned to live in peace. Who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act? By targeting the child who would one day lead her people, the criminals sought to undermine the future of Jabral. I was determined not to let them succeed, so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote, and I gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could protect. What? And so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote and gave her into the care of the one person I knew who could... Wait, what? Huh. Okay. Though she was born to lead the Jabral, fate had a greater plan for Wuklamot. Only the Dawn Servant and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rancor between the Jabral still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. God. Fuck it, I'll make the joke. Is that why she's such a dumbass? She got dropped on her head as a child. She got pushed down a fucking hole. Oh my god. That's terrible. That is terrible. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. So I ask you, not as the Dawn Servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the third promise, defend her from her enemies that may be lurking in shadow. Will you do this for me? I feel like I've done a pretty good job of it so far. Trust me not as the ruler of Til Yalal, a concerned father. See, you're gonna drop these big-ass knowledge bombs on me. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. Of course, the fucking sneak. And Maruk stands quietly, his expression one of old pain. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself. Please do not keep the third promise waiting. Will refrain from making the crude jokes in the presence of her father. But I am out of earshot. Wouldn't dare keep her waiting. Oh boy, a solo duty. Okay. Oh god. Upon speaking with Wuklamot, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh, Jesus. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's see what we got going on here. 663, 663. So we'll just go ahead and use all of these. I'm not going to be able to meld any of them. Yeesh. Always with the shush emote. Oh yeah, we're about to fight. We're about to fight, but cool, I'm guessing. Oh, no, 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 no. I am not. No, I'm not letting you out of my sight. I think I'm going to literally skin you alive. Finally gonna get to fight this big fucker? Can I finally give him what for?
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
There he is. The man I'm going to kill. In both of his ugly fucking mugs.
Oh, Morok! Bakuljaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Yeah, about that. No, I don't want to turn on auto advance.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here.
Let me kill him. Let me kill him. I've got two hands, he's got two throats. I can make this work.
Take a good look at him. Go on. Look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted Sellsworth. She heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Is it true? Is Humuruk my... Your silence says it all.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking. Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue.
I'm guessing I'm going to control Lamont in this.
By the by, house cat. They've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
Ooh, I am going to use Lamont.
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Coward, coward, coward. What would piss him off more?
You dare call us cowards?
Are a coward.
I'll kill you, kill you all! Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember? I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people!
Excellent. The brakes. Use them early, often. Okay. Execute the following actions. If any of the weapon skills are not ready, the combo will start again. There's a ranged attack. Okay, so ranged is on 4. Rush. Restores on HP. Increases HP recovery. Okay, so why do I have 2 combos? Alright, fuck it.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces. I'll cut you to shreds.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt.
Okay. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna lose this on the first attempt.
We're settling this here and now.
Okay, yeah. Normal. Skip. Skip. Okay. All right. Well.
House cat, so I can rip you to pieces.
Just gonna try to stand behind you for all this.
I'll cut you to shreds.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt.
Oh yeah, he's gonna send me flying. Oh. Not this time.
No more tricks, Bakul Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior.
Okay, I don't like that.
Miss Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't keep up.
How do you like this?
Still not entirely sure. Oh, AoE. Or not. Okay, where the fuck do I stand? Okay, I'm just gonna try to stand next to this one. Oh, haha. Okay, cool. Okay, kind of figuring this fight out.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest!
It's time we finished her, brother.
This is the end for you, kitten!
Will be no meteors for you.
Know your place.
Come on, don't fuck me. Let me get some fucking healing first, man. Come on.
Not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy.
Come on.
His love for our people.
Really? Jesus fucking Christ. All right. I got this now.
Come, you mangy house cut, so I can rip you to pieces.
Save my heal for after the roar.
I'll cut you to shreds.
Still would like to know what that does. What is the point of that?
Magic should be more than enough for Miss Leaders.
I'll make you eat dirt.
Should do. It's
No more tricks, Bakulchaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior.
go ahead. Run this.
Miss Mittens is no longer abusing me, brother.
He's right.
That
This
is
pup so
decidedly a
much
you problem.
about my nation, my people, and myself.
What? Can't keep up.
How do you like this?
Gotta find the one that's casting.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Okay, I do not need to heal yet.
Irritating pest.
Now I do.
It's time we finished her.
This is the end for you, kitten.
Yeah, I legitimately don't see a reason to use that second combo. Because it doesn't heal, it does less damage. Have you kick me in this direction? Beautiful.
It's not enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I was
And because I
carried on
pop the heal, I get more
legacy, his love for our people.
potency off the limit break.
I'll grind you beneath my heel.
Good. That was a dick move. Because now I've got increased vuln. It's 2 seconds.
What? Can't keep up.
This guy's fucking fast.
Why won't you die? Fine. I'll show you the true power of the blessed.
Okay. Clickety clickety.
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last. That's when there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you.
What? But that was everything I had.
Guess your best just wasn't good
Stand
enough.
it anymore. Attack!
Now we use the second. Fucking get out of here. Been popping this shit right off the bat.
This is our fight. Stay out of it. You bring shame upon us. You think we care about your
Okay.
stupid pride?
Chill with the fucking AoEs for like 3 seconds, dude.
This is for Mamuk. We cannot lose.
Oh, the great Bakul Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win. I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Such confidence. Changed. She wasn't like this before.
Okay, we're finally done. Yes. That was fun. That was a fun fight.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be?
So now, my friend, Bakul, or Dicole, Jaja, as I like to refer to you as, you've been vibe checked twice.
How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
It is time to go away.
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakul Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
The fuck was that?
Goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk. The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
He's demonstrated weakness.
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over. We'll release the hostage.
You're damn right you will. Bye. Exactly.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
You got some explaining to do.
Are you alright? So what Bakul Jaja said about you and me...
But to single-handedly defeat Bakul Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter.
No, 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 no. You explain to her right now.
It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am. I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tulihyolal's next Dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
Okay. Oh, great. He's gonna go after Kona now?
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk pibil?
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities.
But there is an ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tudi Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I fail to understand my own people.
That's what I've been saying the entire fucking time. Finally, the great Autismo is figuring it out.
Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect
All
with
right,
people
I'll see you
by
later,
no
Vicky.
means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said. And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity. Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. Dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, so let your people know this, and in time they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Alright. Is that a vacuum cleaner or a fucking jet engine outside in the hallway? God damn. With the fucking noisemakers all over the place today. Okay, Woklamat wishes to know how traversable the Tienbeck Traverse is. I would like to know that as well. Still being cleared. And Muruk said he would notify us as soon as work was done. Next feat will be our last after all. Funny. Funny you mentioned that, Kryle. Taught him a lesson. You whooped his ass. I whooped his ass. We whooped his ass. Sent him literally running away screaming. Still want to know what the hell that was all about. What was with the, like, cavern full of broken pottery? What is the implication? I can only hope its residents don't share his winning personality. It is indeed the city where Ket and Rom first met the Dawn Servant. Surely some civility awaits us. It is true that the Dawn Servant received Ketan Ram in Mamuk and was instrumental in the establishment of friendly relations between the Jabral and Mamulja. Since that time, most of the Mamulja who supported his peace have left their city in favor of abiding in the capital. What remains is a cloister of Mamuk. And while these traditionalists do not take up arms against us, neither do they bear great love for outsiders. Whatever they're like, they're the people. The people of Mamuk are also of Tula-Yalal. If I'm to be Dawn Servant, it's my job to know them first of all. We'll be on our way. I'm glad I could learn about where I came from. And you're just gonna let her go without explaining what happened. At least give her that. Okie dokie. Oh, we've got a ways to walk. It's fine. Get to see the environment. The cute little puffballs. I love them so much. Even if you are creepy and weird and aggressive. They're friend-shaped. Unnerved hunter. Oh, I see that. Can't hide from me. The hell is that? Don't know. I never saw that thing. Whatever it is. These environments, or like these zones, are way bigger. It feels like they're way bigger. Because there are just fewer. Feels like there are fewer, but they're larger. For how you insisted this forest is green. What? Lucrile. Descend safely. Yeet! Spoke with one of the excavators on my way down. Apparently, Bakul Jaja cleared away the one fallen tree remaining by barreling through it. Single-handedly defeated someone possessed of such physical might is nothing short of remarkable. What his wounded pride might compel him to attempt. Yeah. He was, a little bent out of shape after getting bent out of shape. Okay, apparently LSA's got nothing to say. Was this a fishing zone? Interesting. Whoa. Whoa, holy crap. Oh my god, this is giving me fucking Skyrim Underdark. Was it called the Underdark? Blackreach. It's giving me Blackreach vibes. Like, I know that's probably not even close to an inspiration for this, but still. Holy crap. It's beautiful. In more ways than one, take my paring stone, hold it close to the glowing rock. As you hold the paring stone in the soft glow, it affixes itself to the boulder with surprising force. Paring stones are natural magnets, and that's a meteorite filled with iron, one of the many remnants of an ancient meteor shower. The heterogeneous ether they emit causes surrounding flora to glow unique hues, as you can see. Interesting. These glowing boulders came plummeting down from the heavens. Vidral be merciful. How nice of you to join us. Good Lord. It's beautiful. Okay. That is my kind of purple. If you can't tell by the colors behind me, I kind of have a thing for blues and purples. As this is also my first time visiting Mamuk, I have no experience interacting with the locals, but given Hunmuruk's parting words, I would advise a cautionary approach. Okay. Aetheryte. Aetheryte. Well, we all know what comes next. Let's find that elector. 2 streets seem to converge upon this plaza, so I propose we split our numbers between them. Given Hunmuruk's guidance, I also suggest that we err on the side of caution and move through the city in pairs. Renville, Elsa and Kryl, Rhea and Lamont. Sure, works for me. Supposed to be traveling together, Wook Lamont. Belligerent, you say? That's not really what belligerent means, but sure. Okay. Nope. The building there looks like a shop, doesn't it? Let's go and take a look. A merchant wouldn't ignore us, surely. You got a lot to learn. What did you just say? Okay, these people really don't like us. Come to the massive stone structure on the west side of the city as quickly as you can. Okay.
Up there.
Oh, there he is.
Bested by a mere shade.
Sorolja? Papa?
Not as you know him. What you see is an arcane manifestation of the Dawn Servant as he was in his prime.
Oh.
The Channeler is Irelja, Autarch of Mamuk and Elector for the feet of the Brotherhood.
Tuli Yolal's mightiest warrior, yet wisest you are not. You, who spurned your retainer's aid when battling your betters.
To prove oneself superior to blessed siblings by surpassing the shade of Galul Jar Jar himself. That is the final feat. The first promise fought alone and fell short, but that is now the least of his concerns.
You could have let your foolishness end with your failure. But instead, you attempted to harm an anointed elector.
You done fucked up.
Soralja, as of this moment, you are no longer a claimant. I disqualify you from the right of succession. Be gone from
Okay, well that kind of throws out my idea of all three of them ruling at once. Take it with grace.
This isn't over yet. I will be the one to reach the Golden City.
When Zoralcha was defeated, he tried to take the Keystone by force, but he was thwarted by Father Shade.
My dearest child, welcome home.
Yes.
This feat was made for you. Only blessed siblings could hope to defeat Gulul Jaja. But ere we begin, I would see the fruits of your triumphs. Come,
Kuseg.
show me your tablets.
0 did not understand the assignment. Failure. Oh no, he's got 2.
What is this? Where are your
I'll give you an E
keystones?
for effort.
Explain yourself, boy!
Aw, did we make him sad?
No matter. Not all can be expected to go to plan. What keystones you lack, you can easily take.
I tried. But I couldn't. I cannot beat her.
You mean to tell me that you, glory of Mamuk, for whom all here have sacrificed, were defeated by your inferiors? You are as useless as your siblings. A failure. Leave and never return! You have no place here!
Let's go, brother.
Worthless! Pathetic! This was our chance to claim sovereignty, and he ruins it!
But when these stragglers fail, Gulul Jaja will be forced to extend his rule. And in the next rite of succession, we will present a better claimant.
Okay, so I see what's about to happen.
I won't do your trial.
Or not.
Papa wants his successor to intimately understand the country he loves. Every step of my journey, I've learned something about our peoples and their cultures. I would do the same here in Mamuk. The Mamulja deserve nothing less, so your battle can wait.
I'm of the same mind. Father named you an elector for a reason. There must be something that he would have us learn. Do as you will. But until you triumph over the Shade, you shall proceed no further.
Promise, I would speak with you. Meet me on the western outskirts.
Okay. Worrying over Zuriel's show won't get us anywhere. That lady, on the other hand, was the first person to address us with any civility since we arrived. Okay, so those two were Bakul's parents, if I am to understand correctly. Little Ja, we may talk freely away from prying eyes. Tell me, what do you think of Mamuk? All who remain in this city are devoted to the traditional ways. They believe that blessed siblings are superior, that only they are worthy to lead the peoples of this continent. Most would not deign to address outsiders, deeming them beneath notice. Sounds like an ideal community so far as Bakul is concerned. There are others like me, but we dare not speak our truth aloud, yet now I have an opportunity to reclaim our agency. For you have bested Bakul Jaja. Inferior by all presumptions, triumphed over our two-headed champion. I seriously don't understand why he cheats so much. It seems like he'd do better if he just trusted his own abilities. Their blessed siblings have fallen before Mullah Jaja of the Silver Scales. For one, he traveled across the salt in search of conquest, only to be overcome. Is that name significant to me? But no matter how the individual may falter, the people still believe in blessed siblings' supremacy. Hold on. Is that name supposed to be familiar to me? It's funny that I mentioned Wanderer's Palace in the last stream, and it just so happens that the person we just discussed is the final boss of Wanderer's Palace hard mode. I forgot about that completely. He who united Tyrell under one rule, who in their eyes stands as testament to the tradition's infallibility. Regardless of your father's virtuous intent, his greatest triumph has only fanned the flames of our people's obsession. As both his daughter and claimant to the legacy, your triumph could prove that Galul Jaja's strength lies not in his birth, but in his character. In doing so, you may give us strength to renounce blessed siblings forever. Wanting to forsake zealotry, but isn't forsaking two-headed Mamulja going a bit far? You must decide that for yourself, whether the price we pay is worth an empty dream. Okay. Lilja has something to show us. Lies far to the west of here. Follow me. Okay, I can do that. I'm going to assume at the end of this sub-quest chain, or quest sub-chain, we'll have to fight the Shade. We'll do an NPC trial sort of thing again. Oh, this place is gorgeous. Judging by their attachment, that tree must benefit from the meteorite's unique ether. We should press on. Elijah was anxious for us to see whatever it is she has to show us. It is a big tree. Hunting camp like as not. Militia hunters. Jesus, stop yawning. This is the place you wanted to show us. Entry to these grounds is not permitted even to the devout. Nonetheless, I would reveal our secrets to you. Rest assured, I shall take full responsibility. See for yourself the truth of the blessed. Oh my. Had to figure out what Bakul's little freak out was about. Oh my good lordy Lou, that is a big cavern.
I shouldn't have looked down.
The stone pier yonder. That is our destination.
To erect it there would have been no small feat.
The work of Yakui hands built long, long ago. Our forebears merely altered the entrance.
Altered? To what end?
It will be quicker to show you. We have beasts that can carry us below.
Ooh, that tickled my ears in an unpleasant way. Bides.
Bakul Jaja.
What? Couldn't wait to laugh at the failure?
You've always come here to cry. Ever since you were little.
Don't make me start feeling sympathy for this bastard. Okay, so I was right about that.
The third promise seeks to learn about Mamuk. She may be our chance to finally end what we have been powerless to stop.
Desperate or no, he's done some fucked up shit.
Tell her what we have done.
Like, unforgivable shit.
Fine. Perhaps it's only right that we be the ones to speak of it. Blessed as we are.
Like, you damn near killed her father, her biological father. You unleashed a godlike entity onto the countryside.
Here. This vessel holds the remains of a two-headed Mamulja. An infant.
It's what I thought this was going to be.
We converted the ruins into a cenotaph, so the souls of these children wouldn't return as vengeful spirits.
Do you know how blessed siblings are made?
I've
Made.
heard that they are born to Hubago and Bunawa parents.
Such unions between clans were originally arranged to stop infighting. The war against the Shibral was going poorly, and we needed to be united. Then, one day, a child was born. One blessed with 2 heads and tremendous power. When this child grew old enough to lead our army, we became unstoppable. The Shibral had no answer, and we drove them all the way back to the trees above. That taste of victory awakened our greed. We became obsessed with conceiving more and more of these superior children, no matter the cost. Of the countless born, most die, trapped in their shells. Only 1 in 100 survive.
Oh my. Okay, so they're not as rare.
Blessed. It is only because we yet live. Unlike
As we've been led to believe. It's just that they have a very low survival rate.
That's horrible.
Of course it's horrible. It's an atrocity we can never take back. Those children died so that we could live. So we had to succeed, no matter what. To fail would mean it was all for nothing. Nothing. But I did fail. I squandered their sacrifice.
Yeah. Like, you need to take some accountability for your actions.
I should never have been born.
Yet you were.
You're wrong. You didn't ask to be born as you are, and you aren't responsible for your siblings' deaths. The people obsessed with blessed siblings are. They made their choices, but they don't make yours. Since when do you let others push you around Bakul Jaja? What do you want? Say it!
I want it to end. I don't want any more to die.
Then you have my word. We'll put a stop to this madness.
Blessed siblings are revered by their supporters as a means to achieve dominance in Tural. If we understand why they harbor such aspirations in the first place, we would be better equipped to treat with them.
Indeed. I just hope they will be open to discourse.
Take me with you. Those fanatics treat my words as gospel.
No. There will be trouble if your father finds out you're still here. Moshutural Zush. There we will gather the people, and ask anything the Third Promise wishes to know.
Then take one of my scales. One that blends the Hubiko and Bunewa coloring. It'll serve as proof that you have our trust. People will do as you say if you show it to them.
Gruesome.
I'm sorry for what I've said and done. I don't expect your forgiveness.
You had your reasons. I'm glad I could know them. Which is to say, you're not a complete alpaca's ass.
But you're really close.
Thanks, Wuklamat.
Well, maybe it's for the best. Hatred is exhausting, after all.
That's fair.
Indeed. So let us make the most of our newfound friendship and bring together the people of Mamuk. We have much to discover.
Alrighty. The moment I understood why he did what he did, the pain he's been carrying this whole time, all my anger just evaporated. Yeah, like, what he's been going through. He still has to face accountability for the shit that he's done. Where are we going? Let's teleport there. An abandoned settlement northwest of the city. So the Bakul Jaja sent you to call an assembly. I'm not sure what to make of this, but I shall go at once. There's an Ajul nursery to the west called Gomajik Grove. Did you go and see who you could talk to there as well? Okay. This location discovered. It's a interesting little amalgamation of nightmares. Oh, this is why the bananas look the way they do. Okay. So we go northwest. That's not a door. Very interesting looking thing. I found like, oh, because yeah, because there's a whole other half to this continent that I haven't seen yet. There she be. The scales they showed you were mine. I entrusted them to the third promise in her retinue. Because Wuglamat has won my trust, now you will hear her words. The Kuljaja shared with me the truth about blessed siblings, about the price you pay to conceive them. As an outsider to your community, it is not my place to judge you or your culture. Culture is born of the experiences of its people, of their lives and their land. But it breaks my heart to know that yours has brought you all so much suffering. If any here wish to break from the cycle of tragedy that creating blessed siblings demands, I ask that you join us. It remains to be seen. Speak with the third promise, share with her your worries and your pain, and together we may find a new way forward. It would be best if you withdrew, and he cannot yet speak freely in your presence. Keep an eye out for Surreal Jai. He won't take kindly to this sort of gathering. Once we understand everyone's concerns, we'll be better equipped to help them, so let's make sure they feel heard. We're to promote cooperation. The Hubigo and Bunewa clans intermarried, and that's how blessed siblings were first conceived. Okay. Meant to deliver us from this accursed forest, to lead us to the fertile land above, where we might make a place for Mamulja to abide in peace and plenty. The only one that grows well is Najul. This land was once rich with ore, but the Yaqui did not stop digging until all the veins were spent. The meteorites are only good for so much. Even if we made overtures to traders, we have little to offer. Nothing would make me happier than to make a good life for my family in the place where I was born, but that's impossible. Those who have known only open skies and bountiful land cannot comprehend our plight. To thrive, we must take what we lack by force, and for that we need the might of blessed siblings. Their significant physiological effect. If we were to study these meteorites, we might discover other ways they influence local flora. I noticed a curious amalgam of tree and meteorite just south of here. Determining precisely how they interact with one another may yield crucial insights. Oh, God, I gotta stop yawning. It's making my eyes water. What are you? Oh, sure. Mark. What are you? Oh, God, do not. Do not. Meteorites' etheric emissions are palpable even from this distance. Seeing this again makes me feel more confident in sharing a theory of mine. I suspect that only plants with an etheric affinity to these meteorites can thrive in this forest. Gargantuan trees that create the dense canopy would by necessity possess the same affinity, as well as the aforementioned Najul tree. The etheric signature of these meteorites may be crucial in determining what manner of species might fare well here. Even better if those fragments are gathered from disparate locations. All right. Gotta get pieces of meteorite. Looks like I gotta go down. Determining the wavelength may take a little while, but I'm hopeful that our efforts will bear fruit. Tell my sister to await arrival at Maxtural Zuj. Let's go and meet her there. We will return with our results as soon as possible. Okay. I am going to turn this quest in. And it will be time to take a break. I've been going for just under 4 hours. I think it's plenty for the day. I could figure out how to get out of here. You're like, excuse you. That is neat. They're like skeletal ether birds. Very interesting. We've done all we can. The rest we must leave to Kona and the others. I don't know the first thing about those Charlian devices of his, but if they can be of help to Mamook, I'm glad he has them. There's hope for this forest yet, Freya. I can feel it. Oh, it's going to be a hell of a run back to this, but I don't need to teleport out. That is going to do it for me for the day. Because I am getting very tired and I need to take a break and lay down for a little bit. So, I'm cutting out here. Thanks for watching. See you all later.